Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is TL and for today's video I want to talk about city living versus suburban living. From time to time I have heard a lot of people saying that when you are young you should live in the city to be close to all the actions of the restaurants, bars, shops, so on and so forth. However, when you are thinking to start a family, to start having children, um, you should move outside the city and you should move to the suburban area. I find it very interesting, and I'm asking myself, is it true that suburban living offer a better environment for raising the children? And therefore, I decided to carry out a little investigation. And for my investigation, I look at different cities across the United States to see what kind of environment the city offer. And for this video, I decided to talk about Philadelphia City in Pennsylvania. Welcome to Philadelphia City in Pennsylvania. So the reason I choose Philadelphia City to talk about in this video as a good environment to raise your kid is because of where it is located and the amenities that the city offer. So the city is comprised of a very large shopping district, which is filled with restaurants, grocery store, shops, hospitals, a lot of local parks, historic sites, museums, um, and in terms of the location, there is an Amtrak station in Philadelphia City, and the Amtrak station Philadelphia City, you can have easily or you can have easy access to New York City, Boston City, and Washington D.C. Uh, I believe that from Philadelphia to New York is about an hour and a half. From Philadelphia to Washington D.C. is about 3 hours, and from Philadelphia to Boston is about 4 hour train ride. So it's conveniently located, and therefore, if you are thinking that you don't want to drive and you want to take your kid to visiting, New York City, Washington D.C., or Boston, it's just an easy train ride away. You can spend a weekend in visiting those cities easily. So to help you to visualize what it's like to live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, uh, I decided to go to Realtor.com again to look at some of the property, so that you have a better understanding on what kind of price range for the property in the city, what the amenities that the city offer, and some kind of like the schooling and taxes, so on and so forth. So when I look into a different property in Philadelphia region, I happen to come across this property. So this property is currently priced at $590,000, which I think overpriced. I think it's priced at $500,000. Three bed, two bed, 1,300 square feet. So it's quite comparable to the one that you can find in suburban area. Good, decent size to raise your family. So in terms of schooling, this property is close to a K-2A school that have a very high ranking, so 7, which from my perspective is comparable to the one that you can find in the suburban area. So next we're gonna look at the map to see what kind of amenities that the area offer to this property. So this property is very close to hospital. I see Jefferson Hospital and Penn Hospital. So it's important for you to be close to hospital when you have young kid. And it's also close to Whole Foods supermarket. It's also close to Acme Market, and it's close to a lot of local parks, historic site, and I can see Target. I can see another grocery store, Mom's Organic Market. So overall, this property is very conveniently located in, next to a lot of amenities. So next, we're gonna look at some of the feedback that people have when they live in this area. So it's again walkable to grocery store, dog friendly. There are a lot of people walking alone at night. Street are well lit, and looking at all the comment that people have below, it's all positive. It's a nice neighborhood. It's a neighborhood for young family. It's amazing neighborhood, so on and so forth. So if I'm looking at all of this data, the feedback from the people, the amenities that the areas offer, the schoolings that the areas offer, and uh, for bonus, the conveniences that this area offer, like I mentioned previously, you can spend the weekend with your kid at, New York City, Washington D.C., Boston City. So overall, I'm thinking that this uh, property or city living does offer a good environment for you to raise the children. So this is the end of my video. I hope that you found this video informative, and thank you for watching.